everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. I'm actually in the middle of filming a rather large experiment slash vlog right now, and this video is actually part of that. So next week you'll get to see what this is all about. I'm so excited. For a little bit of a hint, let's just say it combines writing and another one of my loves together. But right now for this video, I want to talk about my new work in progress because I'm in the middle of brainstorming it, and the more I work on it, the more I fall in love, and I just want to talk about it. So to do so, I thought I would do a couple of my favorite tags. I'm going to be doing the work in progress tag. I've done one of these for every single project I've ever done. I will link them all below so you can check them out if you're interested. And I'm going to be doing the main character tag, which is a newer tag created by Wallace, Devasha, Katie Ann, and Stieg. And it's just like a really fun, non-spoilery tag. So I thought I'd do them both. Let's hang out and chat and drink coffee together. First things first, let's start with the work in progress tag. What is the working title of your book? Right now it's just dark academia. Like dark academia, YA thriller, something like that. I have a title I think I'm actually going to use, but again, it kind of like depends on the name of my boarding school, and if that changes, then the whole book title is gonna change. So since that could since that could fluctuate, ooh, maybe I should call it like the fire book. Something like that. My main character loves fire. More on that later. Where did the idea for your book come from? So I always use note cards. I've talked about this before. Every time I get an idea for a character or a theme or a plot, setting, whatever, I just write it on a note card and I store them away. And periodically I just flip through them and see if I can combine any of the note cards into making a book. It works really well for me because that's how I came up with The Glass Witch, which is the book that got me an agent. So I always recommend doing that. And yeah, I wanted to play with dark academia. I wanted to play with having a disabled main character and basically a full cast of disabled characters. I wanted to, you know, try my hand at a thriller because thrillers actually after fantasy are like the next highest read genre for me. Also, like some of my favorite thriller inspirations, I took little pieces of that and then, like, you know, mash it together and make it my own. I'm really excited. What genre does your book fall under? So YA thriller or dark academia kind of. Thriller horror, I think it toes the line. I'm literally on my phone right now like trying to find an actor because the next question is what actor would play your character in a movie adaptation, and I just don't have anything for that. The problem is my main character is not pretty and most actors and actresses are. I don't know. If I can find a picture that kind of works for what my main character looks like, I'll try to pop it up. Give a one-sentence synopsis for your book. Everyone's favorite question. A disabled girl on the wrong side of the tracks with a bad past and no academic achievements gets inexplicably invited to this like very highly esteemed prestigious boarding school. No one knows why. And then when she gets there, weird stuff starts happening. There you go. Hope that was intriguing. Will this be self-pub or traditionally published? Hopefully traditionally published. How long did it take to write the first draft? I'm still brainstorming, but I'm hoping I can fast draft it in a couple months. That would be great. I can't imagine having 2 first drafts done this year and just having the rest of the year to revise. That makes me so happy because I like revising so much more than drafting. Who or what inspired this book? It's just media that I like in general. There's a couple thrillers that I'm like, ooh, I want to play with that trope. And then also just having good disability rep. I'm very excited to write a book with a main character with the exact same disability that I have, and how, you know, she's allowed to both be the villain and the main character. I love that. Like, I just want a book with all disabled people. It makes me very happy to be able to put that out in the universe. What other things might pique reader interest? Well, the book takes place in a boarding school. I know a lot of people like that. And it's an old Victorian finishing school with hundreds of years of secrets. So that's really exciting. My main character is possibly a pyromaniac. My main character is super messy. She's actually like a really bad person. She's probably like the darkest main character that I've ever written. So that's really fun if you like unlikable messy characters, and her family is the exact same way. It's a super messy dynamic. Everyone has different situations in the family with different members. That's one of my favorite things. And there's a cat. that lives in the school library. Oh, and then like the main thing that I love, there's a conspiracy. Like I always love conspiracies, and possibly like an FF romance. I'm not sure. The main character came into my head as bi. I'm just not sure if the main sidekick slash love interest is going to be male or female. So there's that. And then of course like disability rep. So if any of that sounds intriguing, maybe like stay tuned for my book when I write it in a year and then like try to go on submission with it in a year, and then it comes out 2 years later. So like, you know, 2027, look out. And then let's move on to the main character tag. So what is your main character's name, and how did you, the author, choose that name? How does your main character feel about their name? So my main character's name is Mackenzie. I just wanted something that worked for the timeline. It was really, really odd thinking about when this main character would have been born, because wow, people that are teenagers now were like babies when I was a teenager, which makes you feel real old. I don't really know if my main character has any thoughts about her name. If so, I haven't explored them yet because I'm still in the brainstorming phase, but right now I think she's just pretty neutral on it. This is my perfect question. What is your main character's zodiac sign? She's a Scorpio. She is one of those people that has like way too much Scorpio slash Mars in her chart. Everything is either Scorpio, Aries, or Capricorn. She's intense, but I love her very much because of it. I mean, she's just ready to like kill anyone at the drop of a hat. What is your main character's relationship to the person or people who raised them? So my main character doesn't actually have a very good relationship with her mother or father. They're both actually drug addicts, and one is imprisoned when the story starts, and the other one is like missing, probably on a bender somewhere. And she was raised by her grandmother, and she's quite close to her grandmother, but I think they have a very tumultuous relationship because the grandmother is trying to make her and all of her siblings very straight-laced. She doesn't want them to go down the path that their parents are going down. So it's like she loves her, but also there's like this authoritarian, like, I'm a teenager now, I need my independence, but grandma is still like in charge. So they butt heads a lot. What is your main character's most important memory prior to the start of your book? So my main character almost killed someone and that's a very important memory, and it actually is brought up a lot in flashbacks throughout the story because I mean, there's a situation that is explored in my book where it's like, could my main character kill someone if she really needed to? And she thinks about this moment a lot. It's gonna have to do with like fire and vengeance and things like that. So yeah, that's a very important memory throughout my book. Your character walks into a library. What section do they head for first? So my main character actually really likes thrillers, and thrillers and booktube and things like that are gonna play a large part in my book. So yeah, she's definitely going to pick out a thriller. Would your character survive the Oregon Trail, and how? Listen, yes, my main character is cutthroat. She's 100% like a Slytherin, Capricorn, Mars. Like, she's in it for the long game, okay? Honestly, I feel like she would be the type of person that if they ran out of food, she would kill off the fattest child and eat them. Like, she would 100% make it. She is a survivor. What would your character ask for if they made a deal at a crossroads with a demon? So my main character's sister is missing, and she's been missing for years at the start of the book. So, and she has a lot of unresolved business with her sister. Like, obviously she loves her, but there was like a situation. So she would probably ask the demon like to give her sister back, or to find closure in some way with her missing sister. I don't know, something like that. And the last question, what will your character think about on their deathbed? Whew, okay, I'm gonna answer this question as if my main character were to die as she is, like at the end of the story at like 16, because like, you know, she is 16, and if she lives until she's 80, I feel like a lot of things would change. So if she died at 16 on her deathbed, and she's probably thinking about the relationship with her sister and all the things that she never got to say, things that weren't resolved, the vengeances that she never got to carry out. Things like that. She's just a joy. I'm just so excited to fall back into the darkness, like, you know, go back to my roots. I've been writing cutesy middle grade for like 3 years. It's nice to go back to the roots of, you know, the dark, sticky recesses of the human soul. It's so refreshing. Anyways, this was a super self-indulgent video just because I wanted to talk about my work in progress that I'm kind of in love with. I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. If you want to answer these questions down below, I would love to hear your answers. I will link everything down so you can check them out, including the creators. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.